What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Straight Edge Wrestling Podcast. And this week we're talking about WWE 2K20, the marvel that is WWE 2K20, the game of the year. Game of the year. We both got it on whenever it came out, Tuesday. We've both been playing the career mode. We've done some odd matches here and there.
EC3's overall because that was just terrible and wrong.
Well, what is it?
It's like 70, 71, something like that.
Really, is it?
So screw that. He's one of the best wrestlers on there if you actually give him a chance to wrestle and use a freaking microphone.
You gave him 70? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because after that, the other one I gave him was the one married to Maria. Mike
Kanellis.
Yeah. I think the lowest. He's like 68 overall. Pretty much all the women are better than him.
Oh, that's
and
embarrassing.
The other bit I don't get, and they've done this last year as well, how can you not have an up-to-date Maria in the game?
Oh, have they not updated her either?
No, she's still from like 2010 or whatever it was. They even state that in her name, which pisses me off when they do that.
She's left the damn company. They actually named her as Maria like 2010?
Yeah, something like that. They actually put the year in it, but it pisses me off when they do it, because they did it last year with all the other wrestlers. They put the years, and it's like Bailey and all that. They'll put Bailey 27.
Yeah,
why? It's just put it as an alternate thing and just give her the ultimate costume and the thing. I don't need 30 versions of the same person.
Yeah, I did see all the Becky Lynches and all that stuff.
It's like Daniel Bryan last year. He had 20,000 of the fuckers.
Yeah. I don't know. They could make that so much easier just by being like click on Daniel Bryan. Yeah, like you used to. You click on Daniel Bryan and then you come up with all the alternates.
Now, when you click on certain wrestlers and find out there's an alternate freaking thing for him, you didn't even realise.
Yeah.
Like The Miz. In his movie outfit.
Yeah, his movie outfit. Yeah, it's bizarre. Well, this game has had a nice little bit of publicity, I'd say, in the last couple of weeks.
It's probably been the most funniest game to start with before in 2K.
Yeah.
In wrestling games.
It has been ripped apart. Before it even came out, it was completely ripped apart online. Because of all the videos that were coming out of the fact that nobody looked like their goddamn characters.
They made Dolph look 50.
Yeah, they made Dolph look 50.
Robert Roode just... Well,
it looks like around like 1980s porn
stung
star.
by multiple bees, if I'm honest, in the face.
Yeah, nothing. There's this one, which is Randy Savage, which if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to put up videos and the pictures and stuff.
He's not. He's just going to put up a picture of actual Randy Savage.
I'm going to put up actual Randy Savage. No, you know what? I'm going to put up a picture of actual Randy Savage and this monstrosity of a game. What you do is you
put up the picture of him from last year's game with this year's game.
Yeah, I'll do both of those things. I don't know. There's so many of these. There's things like Kurt Angle. It's just current Kurt Angle's face with hair. They did that last year as well.
That was last year with every single character they did.
But now it just looks worse. It's like they've just done that, but then made it look like lower graphics, lower detail. So before it even came out, people were pulling it apart from the fact that it looked atrocious. And the hope was that, hey, look, this was like a beta version. It's version 1.01. It'll be updated by the time it comes out and everything will be cool. Well, we're still playing version 1.01. A few days after it's been out. They haven't done same-day updates. They did no updates from when they sent it to the YouTubers and reviewers 2 weeks ago.
They make NBA 2K look terrible.
Yeah, make them look good.
Well, no, because it makes it seem like they're representative of the same crew.
Oh, right, yeah.
But you got a team that can do that, and then this new team does this.
It's embarrassing, and they've had a year. It's like they keep on passing the buck on to Ukes and all that, but it's like Ukes left them a long time ago. It's not like Ukes ditched them 6 months into the project. They were never part of 2K20, so they had a year to develop this. They could have just, not released it in October. They could have just delayed it or whatever, which probably would have been, the smart thing to do, seeing as we haven't got certain updates. So WWE changed all their sets and their logos, all that, a couple of weeks ago, about a month or so ago, and none of them are in the game, which, I see people defending, but also bullshit, because I've also seen people build the new Raw set on WWE 2K19. So if someone can do it, the freaking developers can do it.
No, because when I said to you before about this, I was watching one of the YouTubers interview two of the lead developers.
Yeah.
And one of them spends most of his time after the game's been released watching people make people better than their stuff to try and break it all down and work out how to do it. Which is just insane, isn't it? It's like the actual people that are making a game are sitting there going, how do
did you do that? Let's see how you. It's fucking insulting.
It's just like, what the fuck?
It's just so fucking
You
insulting.
made the game. How do you not know how to make this person?
God damn it. Yeah, so like you can see that there's people out there that are making the SmackDown and Raw sets, so they could have freaking done it in a couple of days or whatever and released it for release date. I think the biggest, most annoying thing
is that I pre-ordered a game and I can't play the person that I pre-ordered that I wanted to play it with.
I mean, that too, we'll come to that. But also the fact that the 24/7 title has been out for 6 months, 8 months now. I can't remember, since the first reboot. And it's not on the game. And not only is it not on the game, you can't create it because they removed Creator Championship. So when you go on it, R-Truth's holding the Hardcore title as a replacement instead. Just blew my fucking mind. Just completely blew my mind, that incompetence. But yes, your point. The big...
I just want to play the Fiend. It's not hard.
The big pre-order was the Fiend, which was... everyone was like, oh, shit, the Fiend. Like, they're putting in a new guy. Wow, this could be a great game. And then it all went downhill.
And you don't even get to play him on the day it comes out.
They're releasing a DLC, what's it called? Bump in the Night? Bump in the Night next week or Monday. And even then... pretty much a week after I did the pre-order to play the thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. It wasn't like...
I think we're still a bit better off than some people that paid over a lot more money and for a signed piece of memorabilia of a certain person and not get it signed.
Yeah. So there's 3 editions of this game. The normal one, the deluxe one, which is what we got, which was stupid.
You know what, the best people that paid off for just getting the normal one.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the deluxe edition, ultimate edition, I don't know what they called it this year. It's like a SmackDown 20th anniversary edition, and inside it you get like a collector's tin, a collector's box with this, but you also are supposed to get a bit of the ring apron of SmackDown or whatever, blah, blah, and a signed picture, limited edition picture and stuff of either Edge, Ray or Kurt Angle. And people all week have been tweeting out, basically, they've just been sent blank pictures. Framed pictures of Edge, no signature, no autograph. And Edge has been very kind and basically said he's going to set up a PO box for people to send in his stuff to get autographed, which he shouldn't have had to do, because this is just fucking inept from 2K. But yeah, and that though, the people, how much is that? Was that 150, 170 quid? Something like that? I think it's about £150. Something about £150.
I looked at it and realised I had no interest in it, so...
Yeah, and the thing is, we both bought the deluxe edition last year. We got the Hall of Fame rings.
Had a Hall of Fame ring in it. That's the only thing I cared about.
It was really cool.
I didn't even care about the game. I wasn't the Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah, we got the Hall of Fame rings. We got like the Ric Flair pop.
Just to find out they ended up selling them afterwards, but it doesn't have the 2K thing on the side.
It's not the same thing. The deluxe edition last year was actually really quite good.
For like the last 2-3 years.
And it wasn't that expensive. It was expensive, but it wasn't as expensive as this year's. Not even close. So yeah, people have got screwed both physically with their collector's editions and also with the actual game itself. So I'll talk about some positives. In that, I like the story.
Yeah, story to career is alright.
I'm actually liking it.
It fucks up in one part of the story, but yeah, it's generally alright.
What's that?
Try and fight the dream, do his finisher, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And then somehow skips it.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, I mean that's a whole other gameplay thing, isn't it? There's so many parts which is like glitchy shit and makes no sense, like gameplay wise. The story's quite cool, you start in the future, the Hall of Fame, and sort of work your way back. It's also a pain in the backside though that they make the guy look completely not stupid just because they finally added the woman's career mode into it. Yeah, so when they announced that they were doing a male and a female's career mode, it was like we both had the same expectation, which was you'd have a male career and a female career, but in reality what's happened is they're together. I quite like the idea of having them both together. No, I like it. I think that's cool. I just don't understand why the bloke's a completely not a moron where let's be honest, he goes to visit Raw with his mate and walks through the wrong door, bumps into Mojo outside in the ring and then wins the Universal Championship. Yeah, so spoilers alert. So that's the whole game spoiled. Don't worry about that. That's true. But yeah, no, it's like by making it the male and female one, they've made like the man look like the moron in order to sort of make the female the centre of the story as such, which whatever, I get it. But don't get me wrong, there are some bits where it's quite funny, but it's just time and time again. Yeah, the story's I think this is the most like interesting story that they've done in their career for a while, for quite a few years. It's like an actual story. I love the fact though that it's so kayfabe. It's so kayfabe. I want to know how The Rock feels about being made
president.
Yeah, I said to you, I was like, I wouldn't even surprise me if The Rock's like, I want fuck all to do with that game. Take my goddamn fucking name out of that game. You know, so the Rock is the president of the United States in the game. If you didn't know,
he managed to beat Kane to it.
Yeah, him and Kane were running to be president of the US.
Maybe you think they just got into a wrestling ring and just settled it that way.
At WrestleMania, like 50 or whatever. Because we have no idea. That's another thing. We have no idea what year we're in on this game.
Well, I'm assuming at one point we end up at WrestleMania 29 at some stage. So that places the year somewhere, but the rest of it, you actually have no idea where you're at.
Yeah.
And they try and make certain things seem like it's a bit further down the line, but then you get really old wrestlers that make no sense.
Yeah, and they say things at some points that you just skip ahead and they'll go, oh, but that was 4 years ago. And you're like, oh, okay, so 4 years has passed. And you have no idea how it passed that long. The timeline doesn't really make any sense. But for how enjoyable the thing is, it's actually quite enjoyable, the career mode. The glitches, however...
Well, they're even funnier.
They are the best thing about this game, and that is the reason why this game is going to be Game of the Year.
Especially the one we saw of Ronda Rousey. And
yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, or you can go over to our Twitter at @SEW_podcast and see it there. There is this video of Ronda Rousey just freaking out on the ring ropes.
Yeah, but it's the song.
It's the song over it. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube or heading over to Twitter, you can see that they've played Cotton Eye Joe over this video, which is
but she
just
dances
phenomenal.
So well to
and
it.
She's dancing in time to the song. But there's so many of these videos out there of like Charlotte getting freaky with the ref.
There's many videos of Charlotte getting freaky with the ref.
Yeah, the ref like burying his head in Charlotte's like arse or chest.
Man, there's a certain man in WWE that might be starting to get worried that she's having an affair with some referees.
Yeah, thank God they don't make the referees real referees. Thank God that's like a generic referee and it's not like, you know,
hey, you look like that referee. Come here.
It's like Charles Robinson. And Charles Robinson's like, I swear to God it wasn't me.
No, it was him over there.
There's so many of these ridiculous videos out there. It's so funny. But there's so many small glitches which can go, I wouldn't say missed, but they just irritate you as you're playing. So things like
the hair.
The hair, like, oh my, well, that's not even a small glitch, that's ridiculous. The gravity of their hair, they have no ability to have made hair this year. So if you have long hair on your female, it will go through the body, it will be waving up in the air, it won't just sit like hair at all.
Well, it's also the same way when you do certain entrances with a belt or stuff like that, when you wear a jacket, your belt just walks straight through, everything disappears.
Yeah, the belt just disappears through you, or it hovers above you.
When you're the champion in that story mode and you're hiding out from Samoa Joe and you meet her in the Red in the shopping mall, the belt disappears through his legs.
I was wearing a jacket and it was like it just kept him flicking above and underneath the jacket.
It's his own outfit thing, ain't it?
Yeah, so
and he literally disappears.
See, like on mine, it just kept flicking through his jacket and back again.
He was doing that, but he also cuts halfway through his legs as well when he's sitting down.
And that's even worse because that's a fucking cutscene. Like, that's not even in game. Like, that's a fucking cutscene which someone has sat and designed and fucking made. That's even more embarrassing. That was
amazing. The best piece of work I've ever done in my life.
Jesus Christ. Well, it's like you're facing Velveteen Dream at one point and he hits like a neck breaker on you, and the commentary, you hear Corey Graves go, "God damn it, he hit all of that neck breaker." You watch the damn cutscene and he's about 18 inches away from your neck. He's just not
that problem.
Oh, see, I've seen that. I see a couple other people pull it up. I'll try and find a video of it.
I'll tell you one issue, because you know I had to do that final match of Velveteen multiple times, yeah?
That what?
That Velveteen.
Oh, the Velveteen Dream match, yeah.
Well, the second or third time I did it, it duplicated my... Because you know you have to pick a certain outfit for it, right?
Yeah.
Well, we duplicated it. So I had an extra piece up here, elbow pad there. You can see that there's two trunks on it. Like his knee pads are doubled. I was like, what the hell is this?
Well, here's another one that I've seen on Twitter. It's not happened to me, but I've seen it all over Twitter. Is that if you wrestle matches like with two managers, so say if I was Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman and you were Andrade with Zelina.
About is Bailey or Sasha, yeah?
No. If you wrestled,
no, but aren't they the new Brock and?
No, wait. If you wrestle those matches, what happens randomly is you'll have like 2 Paul Heymans will suddenly appear at ringside, 3 Paul Heymans will suddenly appear at ringside.
You're aware who that second Paul Heyman is, right? It's Sasha Banks.
It's Sasha Banks. Yeah, it's like you. So when you're wrestling the match, the managers will just duplicate. There's pictures where like you're playing as Kofi Kingston and Xavier and Big E as your manager, and then all of a sudden there's like fucking 8 members of the New Day because they've just multiplied at ringside. It's just the most
Is that
ludicrous
WWE's
shit.
version of say we like black people?
Yeah, well, no,
We're
Paul
not
Heyman's
racist.
duplicating as well. It's just the most ludicrous. There's like
That's Paul Heyman duplicating himself. He ate too much.
yeah, yeah. Paul Heyman basically is two people at this point. There's so many of those sort of ridiculous, but the most ridiculous ones are the fact that people just disappear through the ring. Like they just completely disappear through the ring as they're walking. They suddenly start walking on their knees and then just disappear through the ring mat. It's so crazy. But I mean, we've both sort of experienced like you're completely unable to target on this game like very well, very easily.
Well, no,
So
but it's unlike before where you'd be able to target the closest person to you.
yeah. So now you've got to
This time
cycle
you've
through
got to
everyone.
cycle through, and when you're doing something like a ladder match for a briefcase for a championship, you ain't got time for that.
Yeah, and also like if you pick up a weapon and you try and hit someone with a weapon,
It could be 50-50 on whether you actually.
yeah, you can be stood
One of those sort of
next to
comedy
them.
acts where you'll suddenly hit next to them,
Yeah.
and then you do it again, you hit the other side of them,
Yeah,
and then you hit, or then you might get them.
yeah, it's complete luck, completely random. If you're going to hit them, you just sort of start swinging randomly in their direction and hope for the best. Basically, there's so many of them. I don't know. I just really hope it gets patched quickly. But 2K have said that they're not releasing a patch this Monday when they released the DLC, even though they had said that they were going to be releasing a day one patch. Day one would have been 4 fucking days ago.
Well, technically, day one patch is today.
Why? Oh, 'cause
Technically, the actual release date.
Yeah, that's such bullshit. And it amazes me that they've managed to not release any statements. Like the hashtag fix WWE 2K20 was the top worldwide trend
You want to know
all day.
what the problem is? Because you'll probably find they're too busy on the phone with Xavier with yelling abuse down at them.
Yeah, no, they're too busy counting their fat stacks of money over the ridiculous cost of this game, which people still bought.
But aren't most? Haven't they now got a refund like Sony and Microsoft?
Yeah, that's a good point. So Sony,
No, I don't think they're counting that much as stacks of cash.
yeah, Sony and Microsoft are actually
They're probably
issuing
spent over
refunds.
right now with Vince McMahon beating their ass.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's the thing. I don't know how these contracts work. So I'm assuming 2K just pay WWE a fuck ton of money for the licenses. So WWE don't give a shit. So they're like, we've made a load of money. Because if
You
I
now
was
look stupid.
yeah, if I was WWE, I'd have released a statement like straight away and been like, "Fuck those guys. Sorry about that. We'll do better next year, and we'll fucking abandon them. Go beg Ukes to come back. Go to fucking EA. Do whatever you need to do to not go back to 2K." I mean, I guess time will tell.
Or do what you did with your movie studios. Make your own bloody game studio.
No, that'd be even worse. Let's not do that. Jesus Christ. Will it be? There's no way it could be worse. There's, yeah.
You never know. They've got to be finally good at something, right?
Finally, they've tried wrestling. They're not very good at that. They've tried movies. They're not very good at that.
They got the odd couple of
Games.
movies, right?
They've got the odd couple of movies. Okay.
No.
They've tried music. Not very good at that. So
Hey, John Cena's album was great.
actually, I'll take that back. John Cena's album was fucking amazing. So yeah, that wasn't WWE music. That was before that. So, but that I'll take that one thing because that album was amazing. Other than that, WWE has been shit at everything it's tried since about
So yeah,
since
to
about
try gaming, they
2001.
might take off, and that could be where they
Could
make
you
all their money.
imagine WWE studios in fucking 30 years time they're nothing to do with wrestling anymore, they're just a game studio. But anyway,
Living up the old days, yeah.
Yeah.
Legend games of WWE.
oh yeah, Jesus, honestly, just bring back THQ from the dead. Like, let them
There you go,
please.
WWE. Bring back THQ.
Yeah, rebrand themselves. God. Anyway, we're going to have some videos for WWE 2K20. Hopefully, when they patch it, and it's a bit more sustainable, I guess. Like, it actually is playable in for like longer matches.
Although,
without
let's be
fucking
honest,
up.
don't hide your breath because when it comes to 2K and WWE, they don't actually give a crap about any of that. In the
Yeah, they
past.
basically normally release the game and then just go, huh, gutted. That's it, and then they
just
fucking
give you
leave it.
their your DLCs along the way.
Every maybe 3 months if they care about it randomly, and that's it. So, but hopefully when they patch it, we've got some ideas in that we want to do some dream matches, some of our dream matches. We want to play like against each other dream matches. We want to do some stories of some people from the indies up to WWE, up to AEW.
But I don't think there's really anyone left on the indies anymore.
Yeah, true. I mean, Marty Scurll
But isn't
Gordon.
isn't he getting ready to go somewhere?
Yeah, probably. We won't say that yet. But yeah, probably he
I
is.
don't know 100%. He's going to go to one of two places. I'm not 100% sure where it is.
I'm going to say NXT, but I could be wrong.
What a sellout.
Yeah, well, they're going to probably offer
That's
him more
one
money.
British person dead to me.
Oh, nice. That was a bit dark. But here's a great tidbit just to finish this off on, which is not to do with 2K20, but we're going to just round this off. Just to give you just to give you something to talk about. So, Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette has been obviously pulling apart AEW as he always does.
Has he not spoke about 2K game yet?
And weirdly, Jim Cornette doesn't play games. So we never talked about this last week. We never talked about this last week.
Because we did the video when you found your footage.
Yeah, and then we found the thing. So I'm probably going to cut these into 2 videos. So
one day I'll get my video on Jimmy Cornette.
Jim Cornette cut a massive promo on Marco's stunt. Pretty violently worded, I think is a way to put it.
Pretty much most of the couple of videos we watched of him last week, and he had a violently thing about people. Yeah,
he was pretty abusive about him, pretty much. And then this next week, Rock and Roll Express is going to be on AEW to present the tag team championships to the winner of the tournament. And all I can imagine is Jim Cornette's head is somewhere in Kentucky fucking exploding at his boys being part of that show.
I thought they were contracted to NWA. What the?
No one's contracted to NWA, really. I shouldn't think. But yeah,
but you ain't going to have a show that lasts very long if you ain't got no one contracted to your show.
Yeah, but I think people are just loyal to NWA for a reason, because it's a good show.
Yeah, but everyone on NWA that comes on TV shits on every other product.
True. But yeah, Rock and Roll Express are going to be on AEW this week, and I'm sure Jim Cornette's going to have a lot to say about him. He's already cut a promo saying basically that the Young Bucks are trying to be the Rock and Roll Express. That's all they're trying to be.
They've clearly expressed that their things were from the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. But, Logic and Jim Cornette don't go together. Anyway, that is it for the SEW podcast.
What a dick.
Pretty much. We're going to have another podcast probably coming on maybe on Sunday. I'm not really sure.
Well, it ain't going to be tomorrow.
It's not going to be tomorrow because tomorrow we're heading to Southside Wrestling. Southside Wrestling is having its last ever show here in the UK. Well, last ever show, and it is here in the UK. WWE pulled their talent from Southside Wrestling, and AEW stepped in. Cody Rhodes is going to be here in the UK with MJF, Sean Spears. I think there was some others. I can't remember.
Wait to start chanting Primark at MJF.
It should be a good show.
Follow
us on Twitter at SEW_podcast. I'll be live tweeting it. I'll be putting up videos and pictures and stuff from Southside Wrestling if you want to see all of that stuff. Head on over and follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Subscribe to Instagram, subscribe to iTunes even, and Spotify and YouTube, and we'll see you next time. We're out.